Ähm. Nee, jetzt geht's auf einmal. Ey, lass mich rein. Kann ich nicht gespielt haben. Jetzt kann ich nicht gespielt haben. Hallo? Öffne doch das Game. Danke.
This
So,
all of his co-workers
warte. Wie viel? Äh. Sounds, Alter. Aber das. Oh, jetzt hast du mal Game wieder minimiert. Danke. Aber das ist gar nicht das, was ich so. Hey, kannst du. Nein, wir spielen das nochmal. Das suche ich aber gar nicht. Ja, Subtitle Language, aber wo sind die Subtitles? Ah! Ah, nee, full.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to
Ah.
the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Wir machen erstmal alles richtig. Erstmal alles richtig machen, ne? Wir müssen ja erstmal machen wir hier alles richtig. Weil wir müssen ja Stanley.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Warte mal. Wir machen das nochmal ein bisschen lauter, glaube ich. Das ist, glaube ich, nicht schlecht.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Ja, los, Stanley. Wir gehen jetzt mal. Dup, dup, dup. Ja,
Coming
nach
to a
oben.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ui. Okay, ist zu. Ui, hübsches Büro.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
Ja.
What he
Oh,
could not have
okay.
known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss
fuck?
had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by
Ja,
sheer
klar.
luck.
Wenn ich
Amazing.
Profi bin.
He stepped
Safe
into the
Knacker und
newly
so.
opened passageway.
Oh, fahren wir mal runter. Ne? Fahren wir einfach mal runter hier. Oh, Ladebildschirm. Kein Ding. Machen wir. Dauert einen kleinen Moment. Ne, Stanley. Ne, warte mal, ich bin ja Stanley. Ja, irgendwie so. Passt schon.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why
Okay,
did he
was
feel
mache ich
this
hier?
now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh. Okay. Nein, Stanley. Warum
Stanley
arbeite ich
walked
hier?
straight
Was mache
ahead
ich
through the
hier?
large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Nein, nein. Wir machen erstmal, was er sagt. Alles, was er sagt.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Hey. Die Idee von dem Spiel mit diesen so, der Erzähler und so ist halt geil. Ich weiß, dass man sich hier irgendwie runterglitschen konnte. Und da runterfällt. Und da muss man, glaube ich, das Game sogar neu starten. Sonst kommt man da unten nicht mehr weg.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a
also der jetzt genau in der Mitte? Da ist der rote. So schräg links über den roten. Ist das nicht unser? Müsste doch unser sein, oder? Ja, der da. Hier sieht man ihn sogar besser. Achso, ja. Ruf mal her, den Aal.
This mind control facility. It was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Nein, was mache ich hier? Werde ich gezwungen?
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
Nein.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Wahrscheinlich.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Ja, wir machen das Ding jetzt aus. Freiheit. Ich bin Stanley und ich will raus hier. So, wir machen das Ding jetzt aus. Feierabend, wir fahren nach Hause. Ja, jetzt. Jetzt passiert hier was. Oder?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Nein.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do,
Wir gehen einfach.
or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be
Wir
his.
gehen einfach.
And that was all
Wir sind
he
frei.
needed to know. It was perhaps the
Stanley,
only thing
wir sind
worth
frei.
knowing.
Los.
Stanley stepped through the open door.
Sagt auch was, wenn ich hier stehen bleibe einfach. Nicht? Sagt er nichts, wenn ich hier einfach stehen bleibe? Nee? Gar nichts? Okay. I guess, dann gehen wir halt einfach. Wenn er nichts sagt, dann gehen wir.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Ja, Freiheit. Wir sind frei. Oh, Achievement.